What's good with y'all, man? Welcome back to another video. It is a sad day today, man, because it is that time of year. That time of year where a lot of our favorites and talented wrestlers get released from their dream job. Yeah. So, WWE, well, I should say TKO, but WWE, TKO, whatever, just released WWE superstars, and the list is actually crazy. They released 23 superstars as of now. I ain't gonna lie, as of now, and all of these kind of shocked me for a lot of different reasons. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it, and yeah, I don't really know how to really start this, but yeah, I'm not gonna talk about every release, but I'm gonna talk about the ones that I find really shocking. So let's start with Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. First of all, I just saw this. Aleister Black's second WWE run, which is this one, would have been if he would have stayed one more day in WWE. If before he got released, if they would have let him rock out one more day, he would have been in WWE for exactly 1 year. This whole second run, but they released him the day before he made a year back to the company. Sorry for the background noises if y'all hear that. So that was very shocking to me. Very shocking. Because the it turns out he was planned to be the one in Randy's phone. Like he was supposed to be the original pitch was have Aleister Black be the one that turns Randy into the Viper again, and he was the one the voice in Randy's head and all that shit. And it was very confusing. And Zelina Vega getting released, first of all, that's very disappointing because I'm a big Zelina Vega fan. I felt like she could have been female Rey Mysterio if the company just let her rock. Like she had the tools. I don't know why they never did that. And I feel so bad. I think I felt this one's a little worse than the first time she got released because she went from finally getting the winning the United States Championship, right? To then all of a sudden being with Alistair. And I know she was happy working with her husband, but it felt forced because let's keep it a buck. That was not the original plan that entire year. Because literally not too long ago before that happened, she was the freaking U.S. Women's Champion doing her anime, cosplay shit. So it was crazy. And then from her to take out I'm pretty sure they also just named her Zelina, which I'm pretty sure that's not the first time they did that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they did that bullshit again. And then she teased, oh, we're gonna have a new entrance and shit. And the entrance music and shit was just Aleister Black's whole music. Like what the fuck? And like them pairing up, it led to nothing. Like they were just bootleg Karrion Cross and Scarlett. And it was kind of like not fair to them because they have their own unique thing. And WWE dropped the ball with that. That shit was it just made no sense. So I'm really hoping um I hope Aleister Black goes back to AEW because say what you want, at least he was important there. Like homie ran one of the biggest faction, the House of Black, won the trios title like twice or something like that. I'm like Brody King, he's doing his thing better. Like it's crazy. Like this guy has the tool. He was unique. He was talented. Like, but they just dropped the ball on him and they just released him, and it's kind of crazy. I don't understand it. Same thing with Zelina. It's like I feel bad for Zelina Vega. I hope she continues wrestling, and I hope we see her somewhere else. Then we got Kyrie Sane, who was just on my TV screen this Monday. Literally, she was on my TV screen this past Monday. And isn't she supposed to be involved in this Oscar? Like it looked like it was leading to her betraying Oscar and finally being a babyface. I don't understand that. That one's just confusing to me. Like I don't get that. So Kyrie Sane was just on my TV screen, literally on Monday. Like what the fuck? Like I don't get it. And then we got Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas. This one made no sense to me at all. This one's a little disrespectful. You mean to tell me, first of all, I remember when Bo Dallas was NXT champion. That's how much I've been watching Bo Dallas. I remember when he did the Bo Leave thing, like, and then he was part of the Miz Entourage thing, and then became the B team with Curtis Axel. Like, I remember that shit. And sorry about that. It's crazy to me because it's like this man finally was able to work with his brother Bray, and then sadly Bray passes away. Then he makes an amazing comeback with that segment with the White Six, and then they kind of make money off of it. WWE give them the titles, and then they do nothing with them. And not only did they release Bo, they released Nikki Cross, Dexter Lewis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy. Wasn't all those guys a part of like literally the White Six? I know Dexter Loomis was, Eric Rowan was, a Nikki Cross. Was the other guy named Joe Gacy? I don't want to get anybody messed up. I'm sorry. I'm just like, it's crazy to me. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, Joe Gacy. He was the other member in the White Six. So they released all of them together. They released basically a whole faction. Like, what the fuck? I don't think I ever seen that before. That made no sense to me. So, especially with Dexter Loomis, I was a big Dexter Loomis fan when he debuted in the main roster. I kind of liked his shit. Nikki Cross always been under, never was used right. Like, I don't understand this shit. So yeah, them being released made no sense to me. They gave us one of the best moments when they debuted the White Six. I don't know why the fuck this happened. Then they released Motor City Machine Guns, who were just literally signed to WWE a year ago. They won the tag titles for a bit, then lost it, and then boom, nothing happened. Like, what the fuck? Like, that made no sense to me. Then we got Santos Escobar. What the fuck was that about? Like, home, I just saw him in AAA a few weeks back. He cut his hair, had a little eyeliner under, like, looked like he was having a whole gimmick. Like, I don't understand why the fuck they released him. So that shit make none of these shits make sense to me. Then Zoe Starks get released. She never even got a proper chance. She had an important role where she was basically aligned with Trish Stratus. She betrayed Trish Stratus and finally did her own thing. And then they did nothing with her after that. They put her in a faction, yeah, here and there, but she wasn't utilized and she got injured. And then I heard she finally got cleared and now they release her. What the fuck? Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Andre Chase was in NXT, so he didn't even get the chance to go to the main roster, and that always sucks. When you don't even get the chance to go to the main roster and you get released, like what? That always sucks, in my opinion. Because your goal is you go at NXT. Well, now it's you go to Evolve, and if you go do get involved, you go to NXT or NXT Level Up, then you go to NXT, then you make it to the main roster. So it always sucks when someone doesn't make it to the main roster. And I saw a couple of Andre Chase matches. Like his gimmick is not for me or nothing like that, but he has some pretty good matches. He's a good worker. And I think the most shocking one is Apollo Cruz to me personally, because some will say he should have been released because they never really used him. But I was always an Apollo Cruz fan. I remember being in elementary school watching this motherfucker debut. I was like in fifth grade. He was debuting, and I'm like thinking he's gonna be a mid carder one day and a main eventer. He got it, right? And eventually he did, but that happened during the pandemic where half of the roster didn't want to show up to work because of the pandemic. And they needed a mid carder, and he was there, and he filled those shoes. He won the U.S. title and won the IC title, proved he can do a gimmick and everything. And then WWE is like, hey, even though you stepped up in the mid card scene when everybody else was scared for their life, and you decided to step up and you're feuding with Bobby Lashley and MVP and all them and Big E, we're gonna send you down to NXT. Like they did a segment with Roman Reigns that left to nothing. Like they did nothing. Like nothing came out of that. He was sent down to NXT. They did nothing with him there. A few weeks ago, or well, months ago now, like I saw him in AAA. Now he's released. I'm like, what the fuck? Like none of these shits make sense. Like they released 23 superstars, and like majority of them are people. I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't get it. Like I don't get it. They even released who else? They really Abba Fire. They released they released so much, and I'm like, a lot of these are like people that were like in our screens and were doing important stuff. They might not have been all main eventers or whatever, but they were doing important stuff, and they're no longer. Not only are no, they're no longer in our screens. They're not even in the company. Like what the fuck? I know I don't understand these releases. I can guarantee you, there's a lot of other wrestlers you could have easily released. Like I don't understand this shit. Like I don't get it. Like every year we do this thing where a lot of wrestlers get released, but every year it's like it just is more shocking of the talent. Like again, the Aleister Black thing, he just came back like less than a year ago. Literally, if they would have kept him for 24 more hours, he would have made 1 year since his comeback. They said fuck that shit. Like they released the entire Wyatt Six. Like what the fuck? Zelina Vega, a fucking amazing worker, and one of the girls that are actually good at the mic is gone. Kyrie Sane, she's gone. Apollo Cruz, after being there for many, many, many years, is gone. Like Murder City Machine Guns. Like I don't get this, man. This none of this makes sense, man. Every year we do this shit and it's the same bullshit, man. I don't like when this happens because the last thing you want to do is like see someone lose their job and their dream job. But then when there's someone like you care about too, that kind of like factors in it a lot, man. Like this some bullshit, man. Like they're keeping talent that you can argue it's like you're not even using these talents. Like again, Aleister Black, Zelina Vega was on our TV screen just not too long ago. Like the Y6 were the most important act of last year and the year before. Like what would it like around there? Like what is we doing? Kyrie Sane was just in my TV screen. Like what are we doing, bro? None of this shit makes any sense, man. I ain't got nothing else to say except that I'm really pissed off and disappointed. Every year it's the same thing, man. But let me know what y'all think, man. In the comments and share, like, comment, subscribe. I don't know, and show some support to these wrestlers, man. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.